Hello and welcome back, guys. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be doing our monthly favorites. Yay! Da-da-da-da. I'm sorry about that. I'm in a mood today. I'm just happy because the snow is melting. Spring is a-comin'. So wonderful. So for our monthly favorites today, I thought I should focus on some things that I've watched recently that is promoting the women, the woman, the girl, just, celebrating womankind. And I thought that I would watch some things, I rewatched some things, and they were my favorites, and I just wanted to get them fresh in my mind again. So I thought, why not have that as our discussion for this month? So we're going to start with anime. I have my list down here, so don't be surprised if I look down every once in a while. So we're going to talk about Apothecary Diaries. Ooh, it is a very popular series. The manga has been out for quite a while. It is very long. I find the seasons were really, really long. I actually had to go and rewatch some of it because I was like, there was so much things that happened in the story. It's insane. Oh my gosh, but it was very good. So Apothecary Diaries follows Mao Mao, and she is a girl that got kidnapped, like in season 1, because 2 seasons. In season 1, she gets kidnapped. She has to work in the royal palace with this guy called Jinchi, who becomes kind of like a love interest of some kind. As you go along through the stories, she has to solve, well, she doesn't have to, but she ends up solving these mysteries that happen within the rear palace. She's also a lover of poisons. She studies it because her father also studied it, and he started teaching her certain things and whatnot. And she's a little nuts because she'll test these things on herself, which is it's pretty interesting. But she has a great mind for mystery, and she's able to solve these complex situations that occur throughout the series. I'm making it sound a lot lighter than it is because all of the stories that happens from episode to episode, even if it seems like a very small thing, is correlated back to the overall story. And even some of it ends up being correlated back to season 2. So like season 1 is almost like a setup for what happens in season 2. And I didn't even notice the first time around. The second time watching it is when I noticed. I'm like, oh my god, you can see this character here who ends up teaching her about this particular poison thing that like puts you to sleep, and it then correlates back to this girl and her sister. And it's a whole thing, and I love it because I'm always left a little bit mystified with it because I can't always predict exactly what's going to happen. And I enjoy that because a lot of times when I watch TV shows, animes, movies, if I read books, sometimes I kind of figure out the mystery before it happens, and that kind of ruins it for me, where even if I know what's going to happen in the end, there's so many things that's happening in between that you can't just fathom that that's gonna be connected somehow. Because even for season 2, I was really surprised by it because I found that there was a lot of filler episodes, or at least I thought there were filler episodes, until you get to the crescendo of the anime and you're just like, what? All of that is connected? Oh my god, I can't believe that. But either way, I love the mysteries in it. I love Jinchi. Jinchi's hilarious. He has his little comedic whips. They have their little back and forth, him and Mao Mao, with the way that they communicate with each other. You can tell that there's some sort of chemistry there, but like she knows her place. Like she is a servant. She knows her place, where he is technically a prince, right? She doesn't know that because in the series, she's introduced to him as a eunuch. But it seems kind of odd, some of the placings where he's allowed to go, who he's allowed to be around, some of the responsibilities that Jinchi has. And so she finds that very odd, but she tries to figure out that sort of back mystery as well, because even he is complex. Like his mother is not really his mother, and it's this other person. He's the former emperor's son, and it's a thing. Or the current emperor, I don't know, whatever. There's just... It boggles the mind. It is just a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So go in being prepared to be one, mystified. The magic of the anime is fantastic. There are a couple of like dance sequences that they do in there, and there's no dialogue for like a good 2 minutes, and you're just mesmerized by it. It's just beautiful. And I love all of the connectivity through the characters. And the more you find out, even about like the simplest person's backstory, you're just like, wow, that's fantastic. But then it all still correlates back to the main story. And I absolutely love the complexness of it. And it's just great. Let me see my notes. Do I have anything extra to add? No, I think that's it. Like, I said that it's 2 seasons. The 3rd season comes out in October, and I can't wait. It's going to be split into 2. So I think the first half is in October, and then the second half will be sometime in 2027. Either way, just the fact that we're going to get something so soon, I'm excited for. All right, so I think that's good for anime. Let's talk about TV shows. I have been watching season 5 of Abbott Elementary, and I love it. I found Abbott during COVID times because I think that's when it started. I'm pretty sure it started in like 2021, 2022, sometime around there is when I found it. But I never really watched the first seasons of a show until it's gotten into the 2nd season, because I really hate when I get my hopes up for something good to come on TV and then it ends up not delivering, or they end up canceling it because people don't watch it. Because we hadn't had a mockumentary style sitcom type situation on TV for a little while, I didn't know if it was going to be good. I mean, I know everybody loves the cult following of The Office, and you know, I forget that other one. There's another one on show. I didn't watch it. It's probably why the name never stuck to me. But the mockumentary style comedy situation for the last few years has not been like the best. So not many people have been, you know, even if they're watching, there hasn't been that like cult following for something. But Abbott came out and I was hooked. I loved it because of the cast. They're so fantastic. It's predominantly Black cast. I really love the characters. I really love that it's giving you a realistic look with a comedy twist on what's happening not only in the world but around these schools and schools in America. Like, well, I mean, it's probably not just schools in America. I'm pretty sure schools in Canada are similar in the sense where they're underfunded. They need a lot of materials and things, and you know, you're either going on TikTok or whatnot, you see these teachers online trying to do certain things to get school excited and exciting for students, and getting little things to put in the classroom to make it better for the students, because relying on the supports of the government can become difficult, especially when they're cutting funding here and there every 2 seconds. So to see a show that is able to push forward in this mockumentary style or documentary style, but still so realistic, especially when they're talking to the camera, it feels like they're talking to you. They're trying to get you on their side. They're trying to get you to understand what's going on in their world, and you know, trying to put a spotlight on the things that need to be discussed to make it better for these students. And so by pushing this narrative but in this comedic way, it kind of gives you that relief that's needed, but at the same time giving you all the information necessary. And to me, it's kind of like when you watch Blackish, when they would talk about certain Black history related things, or how a Black person is seen in the world and that sort of thing. I really liked that sort of simulation. I can't speak. I told you, I'm in a mood today. I now forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, the similarities between the way they communicated, I liked. Okay, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. Thank God I have notes. Yeah, so it feels like they're talking to you, they're giving you this information as if like a call to action to go and do something within your community to help support. And I think we should support these lovely teachers, because if you are a parent, which I am, if you haven't checked, my channel's called Manga Mama for a reason. I am a mama and I have a kid in school. I know these teachers need help. So, yeah, whenever you guys can support your schools, even if you have nieces, nephews, or you have, second cousins, sisters, brothers, and your own children, support the schools. Give a little treat to the teachers. I like every Christmas, I always make sure I give something to the teacher and the bus driver just to say thank you so much for putting up with my child for this year. You're really appreciated. Right? And if there's anything more that you can do, there's always stuff going on at the school. There's always activities they're doing, things they're giving back to the community. So support and be a part of that. So I really like that with Abbott Elementary. It's a really, really good show. And I love the characters. They're all great. They're all funny. They all have their own little witty bitty antics that they do. And then you have relationships that, ebbs and flows between them, between their partners. You see like makeups and breakups. You see the students and how they communicate to their teachers, how they're learning, how they adapt the school to be better beneficial for the students so that they can learn in better ways, either, creating a fashion club or creating a gardening club, a gardening club, or whatever different activities, a step club, drama club, whatever, all different types of stuff. Because for me, when I was in school, those were the things that I needed to keep me entertained, especially in between classes and stuff like that, because sometimes your community is not able to provide that. Luckily, my community still was able to do that. We had a community center with all those types of things and whatnot, but some of those things are paid. So if you don't have the money to do that, you kind of have to create your own clubs. I was a nerd in high school, so being a nerd and also a Black woman, learning to enjoy manga, anime, and things like that, and learning more about that world, there's not really a place for you. So we had to create our own. So my husband and I, we went to the same high school. So we created an anime club together, and we had the support of our principal and a teacher that was like, yeah, we'll spend that hour after school with you guys so that you can have that, and giving us a space to be ourselves. And that's fantastic because you don't get that all the time. So having supportive teachers or supportive faculty within the school is great. And having this comedic element with Abbott Elementary, as well as communicating all this information, it just made it even better. So it just recalled a lot of really good memories for me, and I love the show. So recommend you guys go and watch that. Okay, let's move on to movies, I think. Yes, let's do movies next. I love this movie. It's a good movie. It's called One of Them Days. It has Keke Palmer in it, and I'm a Keke Palmer lover. I think she's absolutely hilarious. She is so multifaceted. This girl has talent oozing out of every orifice of her body. And I love that she's, doing more movies in the last few years. But at the same time, she's also building her brand. She's making her music. She's doing her online stuff. But I love that she's transitioning back into movies more and more and more and more, because she is so eclectic. I love it. This movie is a buddy comedy, and it's hilarious. They go on this crazy adventure to try and get the money for their rent that their boyfriend, her best friend's boyfriend had taken for his own needs. And throughout the process of them trying to get this money, they go through all of these hijinks. Cat Williams is in it. And Cat Williams is hilarious. He's one of my favorite comedians. He is just funny. Yeah, and so I really enjoyed it. It was just a good laugh. It was nice and short. It was that, 90-minute movie that just kind of gave you the feels. It's so relatable, because I'm sure at some point or another you've been at that place where you need to pay your rent and you don't have enough money. or you're working odd jobs and some crazy emergency came up and you had to use your last 5 cents to go and like do this thing instead of putting that towards your rent is late. But they're about to get kicked out and be homeless and they can't have their rent late, so they have to make sure that they get this done. And the way that it just goes through all of the steps of being so realistic that I was just captivated by the whole thing. I was very, very excited to watch it and see them just have fun, but at the same time be completely traumatized and end up in the most random of situations. The ending is great, and you know, it concludes well. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but go and watch it. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Let me see. Yeah, I pretty much went over all of my points here. So it's Kiki and SZA going on a lovely adventure. I forget what their character names were because I was so invested in the fact that Kiki's in a movie. And SZA did really well. I love that she's also doing movies and not just music. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, go and check it out. If you like a buddy comedy and you enjoy fun hijinks with Cat Williams, if you liked Friday After Next or Next Friday, you will love this. It's funny in that sense. I mean, it's not a cult classic yet, or I don't know if it will be, but I will also recommend you going and watching all the Friday movies. You will love them if you haven't watched them yet. And I know that a lot of you younger folks have not watched those good movies, so go and watch them. All right, and then my last thing is we're going to talk about Nana. Nana was the manga that I watched. I did a full review, I think 2 videos ago, so you guys can go and watch that. And I talked about just the series in itself. I love Nana. I love the series. It's a great read. So it is 21 volumes and it follows, it follows 2 girls named Nana in their 20s going on a train. Going on a train to Tokyo to live out their dreams. And their dream is to become a rock star, and the other one, or not a rock star, but to adventure into their rock and roll era some more, start up their band and all that sort of stuff. And the other one is going to find love. And it doesn't go so well, but it also goes well. It depends on who depends on how you look at the situation. So Nana and other Nana, Hachiko, go on this whirlwind adventure. Their relationships, their connectivity, and their like partners in crime when it comes to certain things. It gets derailed, it goes crazy, and it ends up in a place where you don't even expect it to. Unfortunately, the series was not completed, and I'm still waiting for Ai Azawa to continue the series. Please, 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 please. It has been 15, 20 years. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for more. But the manga is great. If you don't have time to read the manga, or you don't have means to like buy 21 novels, which you don't have to, you can read them online. You can find something online to watch. Please support your creators though, by the way. But you can definitely watch the anime, or you can watch the live action. They're both really good. Not as good as the manga, but both really good. It has a very early nostalgic feels. It came out in the early 2000s, and at that time it was everywhere. It was everywhere, like all over. And it still is, because I still see people talking about Nana even to this day. So definitely go and read it. If you enjoy really good storytelling, you will... The door just opened. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, the door just opened on its own. I was terrified. But no, the front door just opened. That's why it opened. Anyway, I thought it was a ghost. It was not a ghost. It's the ghost of Ren. That's who it was. Ren is coming to tell us that they need to finish the story. If you know, you know. Ren is one of the main characters in the story, and you would actually really, really enjoy his character build. But he comes to a tragic end, which is really sad. But yeah, Hachiko, Nana, amazing characters, amazing story building for them. You see their complexities of their life together, where they need to make improvements and that doesn't happen. They really, really need to learn how to communicate. That doesn't happen until it's too late. And so it's a tale as old as time, you know? Love the people you love, but also remember that you can't take them for granted. It's important to communicate your feelings towards them so that they understand and know. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I hope you liked today's favorite. It was great talking to you. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you then. Bye.